Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infamous praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors apostles and elders who rule well. Peace and salutation to beloved Hakim that is pushing his word in sincerity and truth with humiliation all across the forwards. To you I salute. This is the brother Desire One back to another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai. And I want to get into a brief lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai to show you how morally corrupt the society is. Alright? The way how the older generation, they gone from the foundation of how they used to been. No morals, no standard. Okay? No morals, no standard, nothing. Okay? They worse than some of the young generation. Okay? These older fucking women. They ain't teaching the woman how to be submissive to their husband and love their husband. Alright? They teaching them to be hollered and horse. No. They ain't got no damn decorum. There's some of these older women. Okay? They ain't no teacher of no good things. Okay? Alright? Let's get into it, right? This is Titus 2:3-5, and I can get this in the AMP. It says, the aged woman likewise, that be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Alright? Keep that in mind now, the aged woman, that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husband, and to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husband, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. Right? The aged woman likewise. Okay? Now, let's get it in the AMP. Alright? It says, duties of the older and younger. Right? And I'm going to show you two videos showing you how the older woman is a disgrace. A lot of them is a disgrace in this time. No fucking, alright, they ain't no role models no more. They worse than some of these young people. Fucking twerking it up and doing all kind of shit. Okay, what you think the young generation is gonna, Salaki, how is the young generation gonna look at you with respect? It ain't gonna happen. That's why a lot of these children were growing up now. They don't respect a lot of the older generation, because they seeing what a lot of the damn older generation doing. A bunch of shit. It says duties of older and younger. It says Titus 2:3 in the AMP. Older women similarly are to be reverent in their behavior, not malicious gossips, nor addicted to much wine. Teaching what is right and good. Alright? And a lot of them ain't doing that. So that they may encourage the young woman to be tenderly love their husbands and their children. They teaching them how to be hoes and harlots, man. To be sensible, alright, pure makers of a home where God is honored, good-natured, be subject to their own husband, so that the word of Yahweh will not be dishonored. They want to teach them how to be independent. You see? That's what they'll teach them how to be independent. Okay? Okay? Alright, check this out. Right? Let me get this video. Salakia, right? Let me just get this video. Check this out. Check this out.
Granny down.
You see that? She shaking that trunk. Damn, she might be a speckled bird. Damn, me the might could be, twerk like that. She know how to jiggle that thing back there. But you see, this is an old woman. What example she setting for the younger generation? All right. If she can't demand no respect, she damn twerking. What you think the young people is gonna do? Look at that thing. That's a good thing. All right. Let me show you another one. Let me show you an example. Check this out. You see that? The reason Karen's this own sister. Bad Barbara doesn't get invited to family dues anymore. You see that? She getting down on her knees, man. Damn. Right, look, she can't get down back up. But this what it's come down to with the old generation. No morals, no standard, nothing. Alright. They gone from the foundation, babe. They gone from the foundation. Okay. Alright. Now, I get a chance to look this up in the AI overview of Titus chapter 2, right? It says, in Crete, during the time Paul wrote the letter to Titus, 1st century AD, women in the new Christian communities were dealing with specific social and cultural changes that made their behavior a potential source of discredit due to the Christian message. Paul's instruction in Titus chapter 2 was a direct response to these issues, urging women to mentor young women in godly conduct. Alright. But you see how they behaving. Okay? Alright. It says the historical context indicates that the following issues were prevalent among women in Crete. Moral and behavioral issues. Just like today, the general moral climate of Crete was notoriously decadent, as noted even by a Cretan prophet cited in the letter itself, Titus 1 and 12. Cretans are always liars, evil beasts, lazy gluttons. Some women in the early church were evidently influenced by this culture. Paul specifically warns against older women being slanderous, gossips, or enslaved to much wine, addicted to excessive drinking, suggesting that these were existing problems in the community. Same thing today. Ain't nothing new under the sun. This was a province of, I think it was Rome. Of Rome. Neglect of domestic responsibilities. Some women potentially influenced by prevailing Roman social trends that afforded women more freedom and independence, but sometimes leads to idleness. You see that? The same thing today. Being a damn busybody. You know? Same thing today. We're neglecting their homes and becoming busybodies. You see that? Paul emphasizes the importance of being workers at home or busy at home, managing their households well. But no, these women want to go to the nightclub, have a good time, twerking it up, having party. And a lot of the old women doing the same the older women doing the same shit. They going to the club with their damn daughters. What kind of example they setting? You teaching these women how to be hoes and how? What kind of example you setting these older women? You know? Granny almost look like 70 something. She damn getting down on this. She muggling with the damn young people. You know? It says challenges to social norms. While Roman law granted women certain rights, or in this Rome all over again this time, society still expected respectable matrons to manage the domestic sphere. Some Christian women might have been renouncing traditional roles like marriage and childbearing, perhaps due to a narrow view of piety, which threatened the church's reputation in the wider community. The same thing same thing ain't nothing new under the sun. You see that? Some Christian women might have been renouncing traditional roles. They gone from the tradition, the foundation. They won't be keepers at home. They won't be to the club twerking it out. You know, twerking it up. You know? It says, potential for the word of God to be maligned. The primary motivation for Paul's instruction was the public witness of church. If Christian women behave in ways that were considered socially offensive or disrupted by general society, it would bring shame and discredit upon the gospel message. Exactly. All right. It says, need for sound instruction. The new churches in Crete were dealing with false teachers and needed grounded, wise leadership. Paul established a structure where older, more mature women were responsible for training the young women in sound doctrine and practical godly living, as Titus himself would not be able to do this type of intimate household focusing mentoring. In short, Paul wanted the Christian women in Crete to live lives of self-control, purity, and domestic competence, so that their transformed lives would be a powerful public testimony to the saving grace of the Most High in a challenging cultural environment. All right. A lot of these damn older women ain't got no self-control. All right. Okay. So ain't nothing new out under the sun, because basically Crete was a morally loose and organizationally chaotic place. All right. Okay. Another province of Rome. All right. Same thing today. Okay. You know, and it's more worse in this time. Okay. Because wickedness is a whole on a whole new level. Okay. You can imagine Granny. Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. Granny basically, imagine if she gets stuck down there, somebody get left up. You know? Man, I'm telling you, this is society we in now. All right. Titus 2 and 3 in the AMP again. The older woman similarly are to be reverent in their behavior, not malicious gossip, not addicted to much of wife teaching what is right and good. They ain't doing that. They ain't teaching what is right and good. Not in this day and time. Not in this day and time. I can tell you that. They ain't teaching what is right and good. Not no more. All right. Okay. But this was coming down to, man, in the society. This was coming down to in the society. The old woman ain't setting no more example. You know, they ain't setting no more example. The old women that won't be on TikTok. They won't be to the club. They won't be involved in so much things. They ain't got no more self-control. So it's crazy in these times. You know, it's crazy in these times. No more morals, no moral compass in society. From the old to the damn young. You know, that's why the society so fucked up right now. All right. But yeah, man. You know, I just want to bring out your spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai. Yeah, man. Shalom.